Over the last couple of centuries, many individuals have claimed to visit other planets, through astral projection or through secret, possibly alien, technology. Here are 5 examples of people who claimed to explore other worlds. Number 1. Howard Mehnga. UFO contactee, and alleged reincarnated Saturnian, Howard Mehnga claimed to have been taken on joyrides through the solar system, on a flying saucer. His interaction with aliens began at the age of 10, when a mysterious woman in the forest told him that he was chosen and destined for great things. He had intermittent contact during his service in the Pacific War, but after leaving the army, he spent a lot of time helping visitors from Venus and Mars blend in with Earth clothing. The women apparently had trouble with high heels, and rejected bras entirely. Later he would remember, he was actually the reincarnated spirit of a Saturnian man, named Soldu Nero, who occupied the body of a dead 1-year-old named Howard Mehnga, at the end of a wonderful relationship with a Venusian woman. He claims, the beings and civilizations on Venus and Saturn vibrate at a higher frequency than those on Earth, rendering their bodies more tenuous and often invisible to us. He described beautiful suburbs, with redwood trees on Venus, unfamiliar animals, and people walking around in pastel clothing. Back on Earth, later in life he recanted his story, blaming it all on a CIA mind experiment, only to recant back to his original story in the 1980s. Number 2, Dana Howard. Contactee Dana Howard wrote a number of books describing her experiences on Venus. She allegedly made first contact with an 8 feet tall Venusian woman named Diane in 1936. Howard then entered a spaceship made of translucent materials, with gold trimming and gem studs. Then the mysterious woman disappeared, and Dana Howard was swept off on a trip to Venus. She would later encounter the Venusian Diane again when she materialized at a séance in Los Angeles in 1955, telling Howard she would help her write about her experiences on Venus. In her works, written with Diane as muse, no doubt, Howard detailed Venusian medicine as the manipulation of life essence, which resembled a spider's web, in white, with a slight blue tint. She also wrote of their technology, teleportation achieved through vibration of matter through thought. Later, she would describe having married and raised children on the second planet. Number 3, the Denton Family. 19th century, Englishman William Denton claimed that the power of psychometry allowed members of his family to visit the various planets of the solar system. His first psychometric experiments involved the use of geological samples to view images of the Earth's distant past. His wife, Elizabeth, reportedly saw a vision of a giant prehistoric insect after touching a piece of quartz. His sister, Anne Cridge, envisioned an eruption into the sea after touching a fragment of volcanic lava. The family would later turn their psychometric powers to the heavens. Denton's son, Sherman, reportedly visited Venus and described giant trees shaped like mushrooms filled with sweet jelly, and a creature resembling a cross between a fish and a muskrat. He visited Mars, peopled by a race with 4 fingers, yellow hair, and wide, blue eyes who flitted around in aluminium flying machines. Mrs. Cridge and Mrs. Denton also visited Mars and described their art, culture, and religion in detail. Jupiter, meanwhile, was also peopled by blue-eyed blondes. But these people could float in the air, and their women wore braids down to their waists. Number 4, Captain K. In 2014, an alleged whistleblower named Captain K claimed he had spent 17 of his 20 years in the military on Mars, protecting 5 civilian colonies. He claims he was recruited into the Mars Defense Force, MDF, from a covert branch of the U.S. Marine called Special Section. The main human colony on Mars is Ares Prime, built in the middle of a crater. His mission was to defend the human colonies from the 2 indigenous races, a reptilian race, and an insectoid race. Things took a turn toward the end of his service, as all human military personnel were ordered to retrieve a sacred reptilian artifact from a cave. The ensuing battle killed almost 1,000 personnel, and left only 27 survivors. Captain Case said, he hopes his testimony will bring to light the breakaway human civilization on Mars. Laura Magdalene Eisenhower, who claims to be the great-granddaughter of the president, also claimed attempts were made to recruit her for the Mars colony. In 2015, Captain K's real name was revealed to be Randy Kramer, who gave further details such as the moon landing being a cover for extensive operations on the moon in the 1950s, and Mars in the 1960s, and the U.S. Marines Special Section being set up by President Eisenhower as a counterweight to Majestic 12. Number 5. Orfeo Angelusi. Angelusi had an encounter when an oval object, glowing red, appeared in front of his car as he returned from work. It issued 2 balls of green fire, which told him they were friends, and to get out of his car. When he did, a man and woman of ultimate perfection appeared, and told him he was of very special interest to the aliens surveying Earth. He would later encounter a dashing flying saucer pilot named Neptune, who told him secrets of the universe, and warned him of the dangers of communism, and another handsome humanoid named Adam, who over steak dinner turned Angelusi's glass of water into delicious space nectar by means of an effervescent white pellet. After being brought to an alien world via flying saucer, Angelusi remembered having lived there before in a previous life on the world, and that his original name was also Neptune. The world was apparently a remnant of the shattered planet Lucifer, once the most radiant planets in the universe, which had turned against the etheric beings of the Father, or Source. He would also meet Jesus Christ, whom he revealed to be an infinite entity from the Son, and witnessed the end of the world, which would happen in 1986 if humanity did not mend its ways. Good thing we got on that